Game one between the Rangers and the Angels did not go as planned for the Halos. Garrett Richards lasted only 19 pitches before leaving with a groin injury. The potent Rangers lineup smelled blood and did what it does best, score runs. Tonight, it's Tyler Chatwood's turn to hold these bats in check, as he's done so many times in his rookie season for the Angels. Game two from the Big A is next. Mug night here at the Big A, courtesy of Wiener Schnitzel. The Angels trying to bounce back. They started this homestand on a losing note. They've lost 3 in a row now, and of course, that means that we have ourselves the standings in the American League West. The Texas Rangers leading the American League West by 5 games with 3 left to play here in this series. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with my partner, Mark Gubiza. It was a tough loss yesterday, as we pointed out. Garrett Richards lasting only 19 pitches. Tonight, you've got another youngster on the mound. This guy, a little more seasoned than Garrett. Tyler Chatwood has been in the big leagues, well, let's say about 3.5, 4 months now, so that's a little bit more experience for him. And he's got his hands full facing a very tough Texas lineup.
Well, last time out against the New York Yankees in Yankee Stadium, he threw the ball very well. You even reflect back to the game he had in Baltimore, where he had absolutely dominant stuff. For me, that ability to be able to throw that two-seam fastball inside, work down in the strike zone, 93, 94. Big time establishing that curveball. When he does that, he becomes that much more effective. He doesn't get rattled, can get you a ground ball when need be, and also can rush that fastball up there at 95 miles an hour. So I look for him to have an outstanding ball game.
Chatwood will be opposed by Derek Holland. The Angels trying to bounce back against Texas. We're just about ready for baseball, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Value guarantee. See your Hyundai dealer for details. By CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. And by Powerade Ion 4. Focus, hustle, hydrate, believe. It is a gorgeous night for baseball. A little warmer temperatures expected over the next couple of days. A sea of red here inside the Big A. A lot of red jerseys and T-shirts everywhere. This is the second game of the four-game series against the Texas Rangers. You see Tyler Chatwood clawing at the dirt just in front of the rubber. This is the lineup that he will be facing. Texas at 70-52, playing in their 123rd game. Have Ian Kinsler leading things off at second base. Elvis Andrus is the shortstop. Josh Hamilton in left field. Michael Young, the cleanup hitter, with the injured Adrian Beltre is still on the DL. He's also playing third base. Nelson Cruz left the game last night with a slight groin, or not groin strain, quad strain, but he is in the lineup again tonight. He's in right field. Mike Napoli had a home run yesterday. He's doing the catching. Mitch Moreland at first. Yorvin Torrealba has been on a tear of late. He's the DH. And Endy Chavez, who did not play yesterday, gets to start out in center field. Taking on Tyler Chatwood, who comes into this ball game with a 6-8 record and a 4.07 ERA.
And Tyler Chatwood on the hill for the Halos. We talked a lot about him in the pregame show. The opening, his ability when he works downhill with that fastball. Good as far as the drop and drive towards home plate. Get over that front leg with that effective 92 to 95 mile an hour fastball. Very good curveball. Needs to establish that curveball here early in the first inning.
Take a look at the defense behind Tyler this evening. Vernon Wells in left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter's in right. In the infield, you have Alberto Callasco, Eric Ivar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo around from third to first, and Jeff Mathis back behind the plate.
And Jeff Mathis done such a nice job defensively. Yeah, he struggled a little bit on the offensive side, but best catcher ERA in the American League this season with anybody who's caught more than 60 games, a 3.24. Very good as far as handling the pitching staff. He needs to go out there and take control with Tyler Chatwood. Allow him to go out and make his own decisions, but above all, keep him in a good pace.
This will be the second start for Tyler Chatwood against Texas. He faced them back in mid-July. That was on July the 19th to be exact. A 7-0 Rangers victory. Tyler allowed 3 runs on 7 hits in 5 innings in that ballgame, as Kinsler takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. Kinsler went 4 for 5 yesterday. That included 2 doubles. Continuing to swing the bat well, 1 against the Angels and 2 in his career here in this ballpark. 2 balls and no strikes. Kinsler a .429 batting average against the Halos this year, and in his career a .371 hitter here in Southern California. So regardless of what his road numbers are this year, they seem to change here as Ted Barrett calls that pitch a little bit high, and it's 3-0. Now what Tyler wants to do, because in that start against Texas on the 19th, walked 4, struck out 1. That's been one of the nagging problems for Tyler this year. It's called a strike on the inside corner, 3-1.
Yeah, just to make sure you don't get too quick because of his mechanics. He's so quick as far as his tempo. He's got to slow it down enough to allow his arm to get over the front leg more effectively.
3-1 pitch. Kinsler takes a called strike 2. Full count.
This fastball had pretty good movement at 94. Catches the inside corner.
Three-2, bouncer to short. Big hop, too. Ibar's got it. Kinsler's retired for the first out. Usually don't see that kind of a hop around the home plate area, but there's the first out. We'll take a look at the Hyundai key to the game.
Well, running down a dream. Tom Petty for you, Victor. Obviously an opportunity for Tyler Chatwood to establish himself in this rotation. Above all, winning this big game, allowing the Angels to get back into the hunt with the Rangers, even up the series, and allow the 2 big guns the next 2 games possibly win the series.
There's Jared Weaver on the left, Dan Herron, and of course Garrett Richards on the right. Injured against Nelson Cruz yesterday in the first inning, and that's forcing the Angels to use their bullpen. Bobby Kazovo 2 2/3. Hisanori Takahashi 1 inning. Rich Thompson an inning and 2/3, and then Joel Pinheiro finished up with 3 innings of scoreless relief, forcing the Halos to make a couple of moves before the game today. As that pitch is inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Andrew Romine was shipped back down to AAA. Garrett was placed on the 15-day disabled list. The Angels called up Trevor Bell and Horatio Ramirez. 2-0 just outside. 3 balls and no strikes, second consecutive batter in which Chabot has fallen behind.
Especially with those two guys with that speed. He was able to get Kinsler hit a ground ball to Ibar to get him out. And you got Andrews with 31 stolen bases looming here if you don't throw strikes.
Right, he walked him on 4 pitches. Andrews went 0 for 4 yesterday. He was on board via the walk with 1 out here in the first inning. These are the moves that we were just talking about, and more times than not, when there is a pitcher, because of the rules in the collective bargaining agreement, gets sent down, a position player or otherwise, doesn't matter, gets sent down. They have to be down in the minor leagues for at least 10 days before they can be recalled, unless, of course, there is an injury. And, of course, the injury to Garrett Richards, placing him on the disabled list, that allowed the Angels to bring back Horatio Ramirez, who was with the Halos in New York but did not go to Toronto.
Of course, the story that Pinheiro is going to get the start on Saturday now through 3 very good innings, including his first inning out last night out of the bullpen, 3 punch-outs. Bumped him a little bit today, too. He was just happy about the opportunity to get back in the rotation. Above all, he had a lot of confidence going even today after that performance last night.
Saying he couldn't remember the last time he struck out the side. He did that in the 7th inning. Young, Cruz, and Napoli. Hamilton rolls that one just inside the bag. That is a fair ball. Torrey moving to the corner. Andrews gets to third base, and Hamilton has himself a double.
Andrews slipped or tripped going around second base. Ron Washington wants to make sure he's okay. One is right down the line, barely fair. Going around the base, slipped as he tried to get into third base. Potentially thought in terms of trying to score. The Rangers are extremely aggressive as far as running the bases.
Yeah, I think Torrey got to that baseball quickly enough in that corner to hold Andrews to third, regardless had he not slipped or otherwise. So second and third, Hamilton with his 24th double of the year stands at second base. Andrews at third base. Michael Young takes the breaking pitch up high. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Young 3 for 5 last night. Had a couple of runs batted in, also picked up a double. I think his at bat in that 5th inning last night when Texas scored 6 runs, the turning point in the game. As a curveball is in there, able to count. That was against Hisanori Takahashi. And it kind of changed the complexion, not only of the inning, but certainly of the game, with the results favoring Texas 8-4 in that 6-run 5th.
Especially with that open base. Essentially setting up a double play ball.
Breaking pitch, caught the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Real good curveball by Chabot here. Stayed with his mechanics, got over the front leg very good, and snapped it. 12-6 variety on that break at 79 miles an hour.
One-two pitch. It's flipped foul into the seats on the first base side, so the count remains at 1-2. Young hitting .336 on the year, 10 home runs, 82 runs batted in. Second in the American League in batting average, behind Adrian Gonzalez. Second in hits with 162 also to Gonzalez. Texas got a run in the first inning last night. They've got 2 on in scoring position, and Young takes the fastball down and in.
Like the thought process there. Chatwin and Mathis going in with a fastball after 4 consecutive breaking pitches on the outside corner to establish that 94 inside, but it's a little bit low.
But as we pointed out both in the pregame show and the open, pitch count an issue for Chabot, throwing a lot of pitches so far. This will be his 18th of the inning. It's a breaking ball down low. 11 balls and 7 strikes. Nelson Cruz on deck. Full count on Young with 1 out. Breaking ball hit into center field, a base hit. Texas is going to take a 2-0 lead here in the first. Michael Young with his 83rd and 84th runs batted in. Line again.
Breaking ball this time got a lot of the plate. Michael Young was able to keep his hands back long enough to hit that ball right back up the middle. So good as far as making contact. Especially when you make a mistake. Curveball earlier in that at bat away. He didn't make a good pass set, but that one got a lot of the plate. Always good number with men in scoring position also.
There's Nelson Cruz. Looks at a fastball down and away. Mentioned Ted Barrett calling the balls and strikes. He's the veteran. Fielding Colbreth is at first base. Lance Barksdale is second. Adrian Johnson over at third. One-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Can't continue to do that. Putting this offense in offensive counts every single batter.
More pitches out of the strike zone than in the strike zone. That walk to Andrews came back to haunt him right away.
4-pitch walk to Elvis Andrews. 1 out. It's 2 balls and a strike. Tyler Chatwood has faced 5 batters so far. Has not thrown strike 1 to any of the 5. Cruz went 1 for 4. The 1 was a home run. His 26th last night. A 2-run shot. Three balls and a strike. Mike Napoli on deck. Young doesn't run a whole lot. Short lead for him at first. And Cruz fouls it back.
When you look already early in the game, an indication for Tyler Chatwood. 4 3-ball counts already and 5 batters faced. Stuff's too good. You have to trust your stuff when you go to the mound, especially when you can run a fastball like that. You can throw a curveball. Bottom line is you have to have that confidence to attack hitters.
Well, the thing of it is you're giving yourself a chance if you're pitching ahead of the count as opposed to pitching from behind.
You can expand the strike zone when you're ahead 1-2, 0-2 as compared to being behind the count 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. They're gearing for a fastball.
Young takes off the 3-2 foul back. Cruz is a guy that is susceptible to grounding into the double play. Chatwood this year has proven to be a guy that is capable of inducing the ground ball double play. Texas with 2 runs courtesy of the Michael Young base hit here in the first. Takes off again. Cruz shoots this at the right field. Young on his way to third. Nelson Cruz with a base hit. 3 consecutive hits now for Texas. They've got runners at the corners with 1 out.
And because of the 3-2 count, you're allowing Michael Young to be in motion and to be able to go to first and third on that well hit ball by Nelson Cruz to right field. Fastball right to the heart of the plate. Did a nice job of keeping his hands back and hitting that ball to right field. What does Tyler Chatwood need? One of those double play balls he's been so good at getting at the right time.
26 pitches thrown by the young right-hander. Doesn't get any easier with Mike Napoli coming to the plate. Mentioned Toriyama, been on a tear, had his 12-game hitting streak snapped last night with the 0 for Napoli. On the other hand, all he's done is hit .389 since the All-Star break. His overall average of .290, 19 home runs, 19th coming last night, and 49 runs batted in. So Tyler, after getting Ian Kinsler to ground out to start the game, has issued a walk, a double, and back-to-back singles. One ball, no strikes.
When against an offense like this, you definitely do not want to fall behind in the count. Tyler has been doing that a lot here in the first inning, and Napoli's a guy that Doesn't hit many ground balls. If you do get a ground ball in the infield, you have a chance at a double play. But he's more of a fly ball hitter.
1 ball, 1 strike. Young over at third base. It's Cruz at first. And like last night, the starting pitcher for the Texas Rangers sitting on the bench for a while. Last night it was the injury to Garrett Richards. Tonight, Derek Holland seen 28 pitches thrown by Chatwood here in the first. Check swing, bouncer right back to Chatwood. Michael Young is coming home. That's, if it's executed, an easy out. Not quite sure why Young was going on contact there, especially on a little bouncer back to the mound, but the Angels certainly will take it. There are 2 outs.
Yeah, especially you can read that. That's right back at the pitcher. Right in his kitchen, jammed him. Good job by Chatwood getting rid of the baseball as quick as possible. That way you minimize the rundown and not allow Cruz to get over to third base if it lasted longer.
1-2-5 goes the put out. So first and second at 2 outs, and here's Mitch Moreland, the first baseman. Moreland was batting in the 9th spot last night, hit 3 singles. Ending the night going 3 for 4. Texas racking out 14 total hits. 1 ball, no strikes.
Almost trying to force that pitch down at the knees. He's got real good mechanics, Tyler Chatwood. A great live arm. But you don't have to force that pitch down in the strike zone. Trust your ability to get over that front leg and be able to deliver to that spot.
Moreland fouls it off the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Moreland hits one in the air to shallow center. Borges coming in. Kendrick going out. Borges is under it. He'll make the catch. Texas scores twice on 3 hits. They leave 2 on. We're into the bottom of the first inning. Borges chaos for the Brave to face Derek Holland. Angels down 2-0. Take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup. The Halos at 65 and 57. And Peter Borges leading things off at center. Alberto Callasco at third. Bobby Abreu batting third, serving as DH. Torrey Hunter, the cleanup hitter in right field. Mark Trumbo's at first base. Vernon Wells at left. Howie Kendrick had the night off last night. He's back in the lineup batting seventh, playing second. Eric Ibar at shortstop. Jeff Mathis doing the catching. And he will bat tonight, taking on the 24-year-old left-hander from Newark, Ohio, by the name of Derek Holland.
Derek Holland with a plus average fastball, 91 to 95 with good movement, will pitch to both sides of the plate with that fastball. Curveball, slider, changeup. 4 shutouts on the season, 3 in his last 7 starts.
Borges looks at a fastball for a strike. Peter went 1 for 3 last night, hitting .268 on the year, 5 home runs, 25 runs batted in. He's got 21 doubles and 8 triples. Takes that pitch inside. Moving back to the top of the order with the left-hander on the mound. Here's the 1-1. Borges takes down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Holland is coming off a start, actually back-to-back starts, in which he's received the no decision. It's Seattle and Cleveland. As Borges bounces this one through on the left side. The leadoff man is on board. Defensively for the Texas Rangers tonight, Hamilton is in left, Chavez in center, Cruz in right. Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland around the infield from third to first, and Mike Napoli behind the ball.
Josh Hamilton moves over from center to the left field, plays about as shallow as a left fielder you'll ever see. Very strong arm, very athletic. Although he has made 4 errors in the outfield this season, he's a guy that doesn't get challenged a whole lot. 3 outfield assists for him.
Hamilton got to start at center field last night with David Murphy getting to start in left. Murphy on the bench tonight with Chavez out at center. Here's Alberto Callaspo. Looks at a fastball downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Alberto went 0 for 4. Dropping his average at .288. 5 home runs, 39 runs batted in. He's had pretty good numbers against Derek Holland. 6 for 12 in his career. Fouls this one off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Derek Holland, pretty good move over to first base also with Peter Borges' speed. 15 stolen bases. Derek Holland with 3 pickoffs this season. But that still should not stop the Angels from being aggressive. Hit and runs very effective against a left-handed pitcher with a good move.
Callaspo grounds this one to short. Andrews feeds Kinsler. Relay to first, not in time. A hard takeout by Peter Borges at second base. Callaspo reaches on the fielder's choice.
Often said Peter Borges has incredible baseball instincts, knows he has to do whatever it takes to prevent this double play from being turned. Slides in, a little bit of a roll at second. Hal McRae would be very happy with that roll at second base. Old school, preventing a double play.
Callaspo rolled into 2 double plays last night. Gets away with not rolling into one tonight because of the kind of really the feed by Andrews was almost a changeup to Kinsler, and that kind of allowed time for Borges to get on him. So Callaspo at first, and Abreu takes down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby went 0 for 3. Mired in a slump that he just can't seem to get out of right now. 6 for his last 41. The average down to .252. 6 home runs and 45 runs batted in. Takes a strike. And it's 1-1. See by the radar gun rating, Holland with a lively fastball. This is the 3rd time that the Angels has faced the young left-hander. The first time was back on May the 14th in Texas. Gave up 2 runs on 6 hits in 6 innings. Got a no decision. Last time on July the 20th when he got a no decision, giving up 7 earned runs in 5 1/3. That was the come from behind victory for the Angels. Abreu bounces this one toward the middle. Andrews will turn the double play. The inning is over. 1 complete here at the Big A. It's 2-0 Texas. The box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Top of the second here at the Big A. The Rangers leading the Halos by the score of 2-0. It is our pleasure to welcome in former Angel great skipper Buck Rogers. You had absolutely the best name in the history of mankind as far as baseball players are concerned.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I went over to Milwaukee, they said, "You want to be called Bob or you want to be called Buck?" I said, well, Bob wasn't a very good ball player, so let's try Buck.
I like that. Great story. Hey, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Not a day over 39, correct?
No.
You and Jack Benny, I'm telling you.
Oh, boy.
I've been using that one myself lately.
Believe me, it doesn't get better with age.
Nice coming back to the old ballpark here and getting the attention and the applause that you deserve from the Angel fans.
Well, this has been a great event because I've got family that my grandkids. I've got 11 grandkids, and they're in their 20s, 13 to 20 something, and they never knew I even played the game. I think at some time, so it was nice just to get kind of reacclimated and let them know that Grandpa at one time was out here.
Yeah, Buck, I was wondering, as a manager, when you have these first two games of the series for the Angels, you have a kid, Garrett Richards, who's making his second start, and you got Tyler Chatwood, a rookie himself, 21-year-old, in these type of games. How did you try to calm those young starting pitchers to be able to go out there and give you a chance of winning a ball game?
Well, I'll tell you, it's tough. There's no one combination. Every pitcher out there is different, and you got to find the button to push. And Mike will find it, and these kids are, especially Richards coming right into Yankee Stadium, and then coming out here in front of a big home crowd. It's not easy, and it's easy to say relax, but it's hard to do.
Now, you have varying philosophies from manager to manager. Do you like the trial by fire, throwing Garrett right into Yankee Stadium against the Yankees, or were you one of those managers that like to kind of break them in slowly?
Well, I think for the most part, you like to break them in slowly, but you don't want to spoil them. There's some guys that you can, they love the action, and you stick them right in there. And so like I said, there's no one way to do it. And, you try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You try it the other way. So, I think these kids I think they're going to come along okay. This kid's got he's got a good arm. He's starting to throw his changeup now, and he's learning that he can't throw it by everybody.
Yeah, Buck, you've played the game, you've managed the game, and you've been with some clubs that at times struggle to score runs. What do you do as far as whether you're a hitter or a manager to get a club to have a better chance of being successful in scoring some runs, especially getting some runs early with a young pitcher on the hill?
Well, first of all, you got to have some players that can score runs.
That's a good point.
That's pretty good words of advice right there.
But I think you just got to, every team, every pitcher that you're facing, sometimes you take a strike, sometimes you go up there and swing at the first pitch. The one thing about young players, they don't like to go two strikes, and so if you can get them up there and get a good pitch, the first or second pitch as a hitter, go ahead and do it. I've seen so many guys say go up there and work the count. Well, if he goes strike one on you, pretty hard to work the count.
Yeah, hitting from behind, never fun.
Right.
Tyler Chatwood picking up his first strikeout here. He's got Andy Chavez with good speed over at first base. I want to ask you about your ceremonial first pitch. You mentioned family out here. Who did you throw the first pitch to?
My grandson Shane Dawson. He's a senior at Esperanza out here in Yorba Linda, and my other. His brother, Brett, is a first baseman for Loyola Marymount. So he's he'll be a sophomore this year. So it was kind of a toss-up, but we gave it to Shane this year.
We saw that you were limited as far as your throwing motion because of that heavy wool Letterman's jacket on this nice warm day.
Well,
that's what we're blaming
I can blame the jacket. But I got a artificial elbow, too, that makes it a little tougher. Let's go.
Oh, how about that?
I like you. You were going up to make the play, Buck. Thank you. You were protecting a couple pitchers up here.
Hey, I wasn't going to jump up there.
No, I don't blame
because I'm tied down. I have these cords that I'm plugged into. I couldn't jump. But we thought in honor of you being up here, we'd We asked them to hit a foul ball up here just for you and your grandkids.
Well, I thank you very much. I'll take that, and I'll give it to the one that didn't get the gold one.
Yeah, that's a little easier ball to throw than that gold baseball, though, isn't it?
Every time a ball goes into the stand, it reminds me of a time in Palm Springs where my brother was sitting beside this guy, and the ball comes right to him, and he shies away from it.
Right.
And my brother said, "Why didn't you get it? It was right to you." He said, "My hands are my livelihood." And he said, "What are you, a painter or?" He said, "No, I'm a barber."
I would have to say that is his livelihood.
That's his livelihood.
We've had a lot of the guys talking about spring training. Talking about spring training in Palm Springs. What was that like for you?
Oh, but that was a kick every day because you never knew what was going to go on. Palm Springs was, you walk down the street in those days, and well, I got the Donna Reed show out of because I met Donna's husband Tony Owens in Palm Springs. So he says, "Buck, we want you to do one of Donna's shows." So I did one of his shows. But you know, every day we'd go to the ballpark. It'd be Tab Hunter or Bat Masterson, the guy that played Bat Masterson. And, you know, it was a great time in my life, and I know that.
Unable to turn to double play.
Well, you certainly had some great, fun teammates back in your day when you came to play with the Angels, though, huh?
Oh, we had
different characters.
Oh, we had some Eli and Bo, and of course Chance later on, and it was funny because Jimmy at that time was a shy kid, and as his confidence grew, you know, I mean, he's no shy kid anymore.
Are you still in contact with these Hollywood types? Because Gooby's been trying to bust into the business for years.
No,
doesn't he look like Superman?
I think he could do it.
Right?
I think he could. It looks like Christopher Reeves. He could put a cape on and a telephone booth, and you're all set.
He practices at home. He's got the telephone booth that he told me about.
Yes.
That's all he does. Oh, man. 2 outs here. Kinsler reaching on the fielder's choice. Nice effort on the part of Alberto Callaspo. Tyler Chatwood trying to finish off this inning and keep this a 2-0 deficit. Buck, before we let you go, the transition for you from player to manager, I know everyone has, and in your era, you're similar in age to my father, you were looking for that opportunity to stay in baseball and coach and so on and so forth. At what point did you realize in your career, you said, I'd like to give managing a shot?
Well, I think Bill Rigney knew that I was going to manage more sooner than I did, because he would take Fergosi and I in the plane. He says, "Come back here a minute." He'd do this maybe 3 or 4 times a year, and he said, "You guys are going to manage." He said, "This is why we did this, and this is why we did this, or this is why we didn't do that." You know, so you know, it's and the one thing I remember is he says it's hard to hit and run with a left-hand pitcher, and everybody. I listened to all the analysts in baseball, and I say, "Hey, Riggs says it's a true, because the runner on first base, no matter how good he is, has a tendency to go back, take a step back, and the hitter's job is to hit the ball on the ground. Well, if you're going to hit the ball on the ground and the runner's going to go back to first, then it's a perfect double play situation."
Right.
So that was one thing that stuck with me, and I never hit and run with a man on first with a left-hand pitcher.
Regardless of the base runner, regardless of who's behind the plate.
Regardless of the hitter. I did hit and run with a man on first and second with a left-hand pitcher, but never with the man on first. So I said there's things that other managers teach you, and then you go to the minor leagues. Like I think that's a great learning process, is going to the minor leagues, and you have to convince yourself first that you can manage. And then you can say, if you can manage an A ball or double A ball or whenever it clicks in, now you're ready. And you've got some great prospects that's going to be managing up here in the DiSarcino. I mean, he's a guy that could be managing. I always thought Spike Owens, when I had him in Montreal, I thought Spike was going to be
no question.
So he could have been a.
Andrews grounds into that fielder's choice. The inning comes to an end. Buck, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy that foul ball.
I didn't expect the baseball.
Thanks, Buck. Appreciate it, man. Party gift.
Texas, we had the bottom of the second. lead things off. It takes a fastball from Derek Holland here to start the second inning. 2-0 Texas. It'll be Hunter, Trumbo, and Wells against Holland. Torrey with a 13-game hitting streak. He sent it down with a base hit yesterday. His first AB went 1 for 4. The 255, 15 home runs, and 58 runs batted in. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Holland getting Abreu to run into that double play at the end of first. Torrey takes a strike on the inside corner, 1-2.
There's no doubt Derek Holland has a good fastball working tonight. 95, 96, and even 97. And like I said earlier, he's a guy that will pitch inside, pitch away with that fastball. Is very confident with that pitch.
Torrey lines one right back up the middle, and there's a base hit, and they cut a 14-game hitting streak. Leadoff man for the second consecutive inning is on board. Fans, are you ready to kick back in the best seats at the game? The Chevy Suite seats are up for grabs for you and 3 lucky guests. You can even score some sweet seats of your own in a brand new Chevy. For official rules and your chance to win, visit ChevyBaseball.com/Angels. Mark Trumbo coming up. Trumbo had a base hit last night. Ended up going 1 for 4. Swings first pitch and lost one in the air to right field. 1 out. That'll bring up Vernon Wells.
Well, Vernon Wells of late is trying to get back to swing what he had in Toronto. So he had some tapes sent down. You can see on the left side when he was with Toronto how his hands are quieter and threw the baseball much better with the balance and that front shoulder down. This season, a number of times, seen a lot of movement in the hands, drops his hand and then a longer swing through the baseball for him. So he's trying to get back to that more compact swing, utilize the lower part of his body and make a shorter, more compact swing to make good contact.
Vernon had a hit last night going 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. 205 on the year, 17 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Throw to first, Torrey diving back in. So according to Buck Rogers, no hit and run forthcoming here with Derek Holland on the mound. Holland making his 25th start of the year for Texas. Vernon rolls this one over to short. Andrews to Kinsler for 1. Relay is in time. Second consecutive inning, and the Angels got their leadoff man on board and have ended the frame with a double play ball. 2 in the books, 2-0 Texas. School project?
Trying to get some extra credit before school gets kicking in.
Texas scoring twice in the first inning. Leads it 2-0 here in the third. Hamilton, Young, and Cruz against Tyler Chabot has thrown now 50 pitches, and that one is hit well to deep left center field. Borges will watch this one go over the fence. Opposite field home run for Josh Hamilton, his 15th of the year, and it's 3-0 Texas. Hamilton with a double his first time up, and now the home run. Except a 67th run batted in.
Another off-speed pitch. Stayed back with his hands this time around. Seen the Angel pitchers the last couple nights, so a lot of slow curveballs to Hamilton. It was an effective pitch last night, not so far tonight.
Michael Young at the plate. He had a 2 RBI single in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. It's the 11th home run that Chabot has allowed this year. And he falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Home run by Hamilton. The third hit by Texas out on this road trip. Their 143rd of the season. They're third in the American League in that category. As Tyler falls behind here 3-0. Three and 1. Chabot has struggled here at home. Winless in his last 6 home starts with a 5.73 ERA. This one's bounced foul. Last home win coming back on May the 22nd. That was against Atlanta. Gave up 1 run on 5 hits and 7 innings of work. That was a 4-1 Angels win. There's a 3-2. Young bounces this one toward the middle. Ibar to his left. Gets rid of it. Couldn't get anything on the throw. Just couldn't get the handle of the baseball on the transfer from glove to bare hand. And it's an infield base hit for Young.
Tough last hop, too, for Ibar going up the middle. And trying to get enough on the throw. And Michael Young still gets down the line good enough to be able to beat that out for an infield base hit.
There's Nelson Cruz about to base hit himself in the first inning. 6 hits already for Texas through the first 2+ innings. Tyler still looking for that first down here in the third. The Angels on the offensive side have sent up the minimum 6 because of 2 double play balls. Both times getting the leadoff man on. This one down the right field line. It is slicing foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Cruz last night taken out of the game precautionary reasons. Tightness in his right quad. He's had some issues in the past with legs, with quads and hamstrings. A late bloomer, no question about it. That was the Brewers system, putting up great numbers in the minor leagues. Never translated to the big leagues early on when he went to Texas.
Yeah, I always felt when he first went to Texas, had a pretty long swing, susceptible to fastballs in, and then when you make him aware of that pitch, he would chase breaking pitches down in the dirt.
Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler missing with that curveball. Throwing more strikes over the last inning plus. That first inning really skewing the ratio of strikes to balls for Tyler. Facing 7 batters in that first inning and giving up 3 hits. 2-2. Just missed inside, a full count.
I mean, you're not consistently around the strike zone. You're not going to get those borderline pitches. 7 times already in the game, 3-ball counts for Tyler Chatwood.
He walked him. 3 batters have come up here in the third. All 3 have reached. The home run by Hamilton to lead things off. A base hit by Young, and now the walk to Cruz. Visit to the mound by Mathis and Ibar. Fans, on Thursday, the Angels will be taking on the Texas Rangers in the finale of this 4-game series. Fans in attendance will receive a gnome bobblehead courtesy of Kaiser Permanente while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. 2 walks and 1 strikeout for Chatwood. Mike Napoli reached down a fielder's choice in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. One ball, no strikes. Michael Young standing at second base. Nelson Cruz over at first. And it's 2-0.
Mike Socha not wasting any time calling down to the bullpen here as Mike Butcher going to go out and talk to Tyler Chatwood as he tries to keep the Angels in the ball game here. This becomes a huge batter for Chatwood and the Angels to stay involved in this game.
Just the inability to throw strikes and give yourself an opportunity to allow hitters to get themselves out. Sometimes young guys give hitters too much credit.
Way too much at times.
He's been down in the zone. He just hasn't been able to find a consistent release point in delivering strikes and falling behind. And all that does is just watch the batting average go up for any hitter. At 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. The advantage is always going to skew to the hitter, with the pitcher having to pitch kind of defensively.
And the bottom line is the Rangers, remembering from the last time out against Tyler, they do recognize the fact he's got good stuff, but 4 walks against him. They felt that he had to be patient against him, try to get into good hitters counts, and they've done that so far already here by the 3rd inning.
Napoli lines one to right field. There's a base hit. Young will be stopped at 3rd. So the bases are loaded here with nobody out in the 3rd from Mitch Moreland.
Number 18, first baseman Mitch Moreland.
Corner infielders playing in Callaspo and Trumbo at 3rd and 1st. Middle infield looking for the double play ball. Moreland hit a fly ball to shallow center field in the 1st inning. So he's 0 for 1. No balls and 1 strike. Good running fastball away from Moreland. Texas getting a couple of runs in the 1st. A run here in the 3rd with Hamilton leading it off with his 15th home run of the year, the opposite way. One ball, 1 strike. Texas as a team has hit .285 with men in scoring position. This one looped into center field, a base hit. Nelson Cruz is going to be waved home. 2 runs come in. It is 5-0 Texas here in the third. Trevor Bell should be just about ready to go. Mike Scioscia's coming out, and that's going to be it for Chadwick. So another bullpen game for the Angels. As Trevor Bell will be summoned here with nobody out here in the third inning and 2 men on. Moreland with his 39th and 40th runs batted in. Tyler Chadwick's night comes to an end, and it does so quickly. We're in the third, 5-0 Texas. Chadwick with his shortest outing of his major league career is done in our in and out who's in, who is out. Tyler threw 68 pitches in 2+ innings, faced 5 batters here in the third, did not retire, man. 5 runs all earned so far. 2 walks and 1 strikeout. He's responsible for the 2 guys on base. As Trevor Bell, called up before the game today, comes into this one. 1-1 record, a 3.24 ERA, pitching now in his 16th big league game.
Trevor Bell is a guy with a good fastball, 88 to 93 range, good curveball, slider, changeup. You wonder in terms of Ron Washington put the bunt on here with no outs.
Torrealba, a strikeout victim in the second. 0 for 1. 8th place hitter. You got Andy Chavez, the center fielder, on deck. 1 ball, no strikes. And that has been the running theme here tonight. Falling behind in the count. And considering the way the game played out last night, not exactly the way you wanted it to play out today, having to go back to the bullpen early. Try to piece it together. 2-0.
With the 7th 2-0 count, the Rangers hitters have been afforded to be able to hit in. Means you're going to get a good hitters count, fastball. You have to go middle part of the plate. It's not what you want to do against this Ranger lineup.
2-0 pitch. We're going to miss on the breaking ball. 2-1. Napoli standing at second base. Moreland at first. Torrealba, as we mentioned, had his 12-game hitting streak snapped last night as he hits us from up the middle near the bag. Howie touches second base, fires the first, double play. Napoli advances to third. There are 2 outs. Is it me, or did that ball seem like?
I thought he slowed it down with his foot.
Yeah.
Right at the base. Fortunately, didn't hit the base. Now he's able to field a step on the bag and turn to double play, but almost looked like Trevor Bell tried to put his foot out there to slow it down.
No. Like you said, fortunately did not hit the bag at second.
Good concentration by Howie to be able to look that ball into his glove. A lot of time you're going to anticipate that hitting the base.
Eddie Chavez had a base hit in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. Behind in the count here at no balls and a strike. And it's 0-2. Trevor last pitched in the big leagues back on July 17th. That was in that series right after the All-Star break against Oakland up at the Coliseum. At 2 2/3, allowing a run on 4 hits. Longest outing of the year, 4 innings. That was against Boston. That pitch is a called strike. 3 down goes Chavez. The inning comes to an end. Texas tacks on 3 more. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels down 5-0. Barn Mathis against Derek Holland. He delivers a fastball for a strike. Howie won for his last 21 and 7 for his last 44. Hitting .288 now in the year. 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in. That's the breaking ball inside to even the count. 25 doubles for Kendrick, 2 triples. Derek Holland has faced 6 batters. He's given up 2 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. As Howie shoots from the right field. There's a leadoff base hit for the 3rd consecutive inning. Time now for our Fox Sports West poll question. You can get that at foxsportswest.com/angels. Plenty of great articles about the Halos. You can also take a chance on this poll question. Who should be the Angels' primary leadoff hitter? Eric Ibar, Meister, Sturis, or Peter Borges? Peter's had a nice couple of games in that leadoff spot here of late. Had a 2-hit performance against Toronto with a single, probably a double and a triple. He's had a single here tonight.
Well, that's a tough question. Eric Ibar, when he was hot, was very good at that leadoff position himself. Meister Sturis a little more patient in that position.
Eric takes the fastball upstairs. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. Hopefully that gets him snapped out of the long, prolonged funk that he's been in as well. That has been the case for a number of the Angels hitters in this lineup. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 for 4 performance. He's averaging 261 now, 7 home runs and 43 runs batted in.
But even from the stretch position, Derek Holland does a nice job of hiding the baseball. Throws across his body. Not quite as drastic as Jared Weaver, but allows you to be able to hide the baseball till the very end. And when you mix in the fact as he throws 95 to 97 with that fastball, it becomes that much more difficult to hit.
2-1. Ibar shoots one down the right field line. That's a fair ball headed toward the corner. It's going to go for extra bases. Cruz bobbles it for a second. Howie will be stopped at third. And it's a double for Ibar. His 24th of the year. And the Angels have runners at second and third with nobody out and Jeff Mathis coming up.
Well, again, another good piece of hit by Eric Ibar. Seems to be coming out of that slump now. 3 for his last 5. The approach going the other way here on Holland. He elevated that fastball. Didn't get it down into the strike zone. And Ibar did a nice job of going the other way with that pitch. Dino Evil, no hesitation, stopping Howie there on that play as he got to third base. Right decision, even though that throw came in and bounced by Ian McKinzel. You can't take that chance down by 5 with no outs.
Mathis swinging first pitch, fouls one back into the Autry suite. And it's no balls in a strike. Mathis hitting 180, couple of home runs, 17 runs batted in. Breaking pitch, foul back, and it's 0-2. Infield back. Ball on the ground, scores a run. Takes that one inside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. First action in a game for Jeffson Saturday. He was hit by a pitch on the left hand. Had x-rays after the game, negative. Bobby Wilson getting to start Sunday and last night. That's down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, and most times when the pitcher knows about that, they will try to throw the fastball inside, especially when you have a fastball like Derek Holland.
Outfield very shallow for Texas. Chavez and Cruz in center and right playing the opposite way. 2-2. Strikeout. There's out number 1. Chasing a high fastball. Brings up Peter Borges.
That's one of those at-bats for Jeff Mathis. He's got to think in terms of just trying to make contact, hit a ground ball to the middle infield. These are giving you a run. Hit to the right side, not only get the run across, maybe an out, but you also get the guy over to third base. You got to shorten up your swing.
Essentially a contact play is what you're shooting for right there. The Angels offense is struggling to score runs. Now the corner infielders are in with Borges at the plate. Peters swings the first pitch breaking ball. Fouls it off his foot. It's no balls at his strike. Borges had that base hit in the first inning, but then was erased. And that ground ball to Callasco here. Howie Kendrick with a leadoff base hit. Ibar moved him to third base with a double. His 24th of the year. Second and third with 1 out. One ball, 1 strike. Holland is a guy, as good as he is, and with the complete games that he has racked up this year at such a young age and with such a firm fastball, you can get to it. 10 wins on the season, but came in with an ERA of 4.30. That's with 4 shutouts this year.
He does get locked into a fastball mode a lot.
Breaking pitch, skied foul down the left field line. It's 1-2.
He has a pretty good curveball and a good slider. He likes to throw the fastball, and this might be a time where you're going to see him try to go upstairs with the fastball. 1-2 count. Again, Peter Borges got to think in terms of I have to hit the ball somewhere. I got to put it in play, whether even a ground ball, even if it's an out, you have to get one of these runs across here.
One-two pitch. This one lofted foul and out of play on the first base side. Has been an issue for the Angels this year as far as getting a couple of men on the start of frame and then not be able to cash in the runs. It happened last night in the 9th inning. First 2 men reaching and no runs coming across. 1-2. Borges takes down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Borges checked his swing. He did. Good, and Colbert agrees.
That was pretty close.
Not a bad idea either if you're Holland and Napoli trying to come up and in.
Well, they might do that the pitch before.
First time in the game that Holland has gone to a 3-ball count. Payoff pitch. Chopper to the left side. Going to be a tough play for Elvis Andrus. The throw to first, not in time. Infield base hit. Ibar's trying to go to third and runs himself into an out. No reason whatsoever to try to take the extra base in that scenario. With the speed of both Ibar and Borges, you're giving yourself an opportunity with first and second, 1 out. Now you've got a man at first with 2 outs.
And behind by 4 runs. No way, even with that arm that Andrus has, he's going to throw out Peter Borges. But much more than with an alert play. Communication was there. Tried to scoop it, kept it in front. But then in position to make a perfect throw to third base. Ill-advised effort by Eric Ibar to go to third.
Already in scoring position. Take the pressure off the guy on the mound. Borges gets credit for an infield base hit and his 26th run batted in. So Peters 2 for 2 now. Here's Callaspo, 0 for 1. Takes a fastball for a strike.
Well, you put a pitcher in a position there, first and second, 5-1 with 1 out. All of a sudden that game speeds up on you, start to overthrow some pitches. Now with 2 outs, man on first is a different scenario for Derek Holland.
Well, it sets up the opportunity of a potential double steal. Borges takes off and he is out at second. So the Angels run themselves out of an inning. They do get a run through 3. Halos trail at 5-1. Jim Thome last night hit home runs number 599 and 600, the 8th player to hit 600 home runs. Who were the first 4 players to hit 500? As Texas gets ready to send the top of the order up. An unfortunate series of events at the bottom of the 3rd as Kinsler swings the first pitch, grounds one to Ibar. And there is out number 1. The Angels, I was getting ready to say, as Borges got picked off. You look at the scenario, first and second with 1 out.
And that's the speed.
And the 2 Jackrabbits on the bases. You open yourself up for a possibility of a double steal. With a left-hander on the mound, concentrating at the guy at the plate who's thrown a lot of pitches for the first time. And all of a sudden, things change. At least, maybe you don't get 4 runs to tie things up. But instead of a 4-run deficit, it's a little bit less.
So like you mentioned, he's got a very good record of 10-4, but he's got an ERA over 4, and that includes 4 shutouts. So there's something that happens during the course of the game for Derek Holland. When he's on a roll, unhittable. But when some things go wrong against him, he's susceptible to the big inning. And that was a scenario where you had a great chance at a big inning. Instead, he's only given up 1 run.
The Angels get 3 hits in the 3rd inning and score 1 run. Elvis Andrus takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 2-1. Trevor Bell came on with nobody out in the 3rd inning. Induced a double play off the bat of Torrealba, then struck out Chavez to end the 3rd. Getting Kinsler to start this 4th inning. 2-1 pitch, line to center field, and that is going to fall for a base hit. So Andrus has his first hit of the series. Drew a walk and hit into a fielder's choice his first 2 plate appearances. Here comes Josh Hamilton.
You got to believe Elvis Andrus is going to be thinking in terms of trying to steal a base himself. 31 on the year.
Those 31 bags puts him 4th in the American League behind Coco Crisp, Brett Gardner, and Rajai Davis. Hamilton takes a fastball for a strike. Hamilton 2 for 2, doubled and scored in the 1st inning. Hit a solo home run leading off the 3rd. Howard Chabot done after 2 innings plus 5 batters, giving up 5 runs, all earned on 8 hits, including that home run to Hamilton. Andrus with a very big lead over at first. So they're trying to peek in down the line. The 0-1. This one lifted in the air down the left field line. Long run for Vernon. This one is going to hit the foul side of play. Boy, awfully close.
That was real close.
The Angels playing their outfield to pull with Hamilton. So no chance for Wells to get there.
Just foul. Adrian Johnson right down there in a position to be able to make that call. See that dirt kick up and no chalk.
Another throw to first. Andrus is back. Hamilton spending time on the disabled list earlier this year. If you recall that headfirst slide in Detroit, fracturing the right humerus. The DL from April 13th to May 22nd. Trying to get him to chase that high fastball. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You wonder if he's going to go right back upstairs with a fastball.
Pretty close. Andrews talking to Gary Pettis, first base coach for Texas.
Pretty good base stealer himself. Trying to get a feel for the move over there for Trevor Bell.
Boy, jammed him with that fastball up. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. The thing about a guy like Hamilton, though, is as good as you think you may feel on the mound after a pitch like that, he could certainly humble you with anything else you throw the next several pitches. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he makes adjustment, fought off a tough pitch.
Pitch out and throw down to second base, and Andrews has easily gone down 2 outs.
Well, Mike Scioscia just had a read there and a hunch that Andrews was going to go. Good pitch out, too, for Trevor Bell. Perfect location of that pitch to Jeff Matheson. A good transfer and a solid throw as Ibar comes up the base and applies the tag. Pretty good tag.
I mean, the throw was on that second base side of the bag, but I love the fact that we talked about before with Ibar. He shortens that base path.
Very good at that.
He makes those guys get down a lot quicker than they really want to. As that pitch is fouled back, and it's still 2-2.
That's something that Mike Scioscia told me earlier this year they worked a lot on in spring training. He felt last year they didn't do a good job, anybody covering the base at second base, as far as getting to the baseball and preventing that easy slide in there to be safe at second.
Full count on Hamilton. Michael Young is on deck. 2 outs here in the 4th. Texas with 2 in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd. The Halos got 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-2. Hamilton a swing and a miss. Down he goes. That will end the inning. Trevor Bell faces the minimum 3, helped down by that caught stealing. We at the bottom of the 4th. Still 5-1 Rangers. Loco. Try one of 4 new delicious flame grilled chicken burritos. For a limited time, they're only $5 each. El Pollo Loco. Feel the excellence. And by Time Warner Cable. Halos down 5-1. We start the bottom of the 4th inning. Alberto Callaspo leading things off. Alberto was at the plate when Peter Borges was picked off to end the bottom of the 3rd. Callaspo will reach on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 1. Swings here and pops it up. Elvis Andrews is going out. 1 away. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. So tell me, 600 home runs. Who were the first 4 players to get to 500? Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, Mel Ott, Ted Williams.
Lots of big flies. That was a great night for Jim Thome yesterday. 2 home runs in a game to get 599 and number 600. Been battling some injuries too.
Bobby Abreu takes a fastball upstairs. How about Delman Young at his debut? How about finding out you've been traded while on the team bus headed to the ballpark?
The team you're playing. Just go ahead and go to the other side of the.
Pack up your stuff and walk across, please.
Walk across the hall.
Nothing to see here. And then first at bat, then it goes deep.
Yes.
Not bad. Tigers defeating Minnesota tonight 7-1, so they will. Oh, they might expand their lead. Cleveland and the White Sox are tied at 7.
Well, they've been going at it pretty good tonight. Cleveland was behind 3-0, then they took the lead 6-3. Then the White Sox took a 7-6 lead. Cleveland tied it up in the 9th.
Tigers with a 2-game lead over Cleveland, 3.5 over Chicago. 2-1 pitch to Bobby. Grounds this one on the left side. Andrews with a jumper to first, dug out by Moreland. What a play by Elvis Andrews. Out number 2.
And that's the thing about Elvis Andrews. At times, makes some of the most amazing plays at that shortstop position. When you look up and he's got 23 errors. That's a heck of a play. Strong enough arm, even jumping and throwing that ball that well on the backhand. Himself in a powerful position there, even though he's up in the air, to be able to have his body set to make a good throw towards first base.
First time tonight that Derek Hollins retired the first 2 Angel batters to start an inning. As Torrey Hunter fouls back the first pitch. Torrey had a base hit up the middle in the second as the leadoff man. 14-game hitting streak now. You see the career high for him, 23. That was back in 2007. Torrey bouncing and foul. Still no balls at 2 strikes. Not a good sign for the Angels. Torrey has been of late here the most consistent guy over the last couple of weeks.
Well, even his first at bat hit that line drive right back up the middle. Look off the top of the foot. Man. Right off the top of the foot.
That's inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two. Torrey strikes out swinging, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Derek Holland. 4 in the books. Texas still on top 5-1. Michael Young, Nelson Cruz, Mike Napoli to face Trevor Bell. Third inning of relief for Bell, taking over for Tyler Chabot, who got knocked out after 5 batters in the third. Young takes the breaking ball down low for ball 1. Michael Young is 2 for 2, a couple of singles, a couple of runs batted in. He has scored a run. Nice pitch on the outside corner. And it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Texas with 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 4 left on base. The Angels 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, nobody left on. This one back up the middle, no base hit. Leadoff man is on. Third straight hit for Michael Young, his 6th hit in the first 2 games of the series.
Well, his ability to hit the ball up the middle, pull slow pitches. We've seen that down the third base line, and then also that inside out approach to hit the ball to right field.
Nelson Cruz has been on twice with a single and a walk as Trevor delivers a strike. Kind of an odd finish for Trevor Bell there, almost
like he just stumbled or something.
Stumbled or felt something after that pitch. Breaking ball is down low. One ball, 1 strike on Cruz, who singled in that first inning, walked and scored in the third. First 5 batters in that third inning reaching against Chabot. This one's popped up right side. Kendrick calling off Trumbo. 1 out. As part of our Fox Sports Supports charitable initiative, we are proud to wear these pins during the 2011 MLB on Fox Sports West season to support Stand Up to Cancer and their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, please visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Mike Napoli. He's been on board twice, but he's 1 for 2. The fielder's choice and a single. Fouls off the first pitch. Deep into the upper deck. First base side. 0-1.
And that's the pitch where Mike Napoli hits the ball very hard and far into right center field. He's a guy that's always likes to get his arms extended. If you got a pitch in off the plate against him and make him swing at breaking pitches down and away. Loves the fastball up, loves it out over the plate.
One ball, 1 strike. Trevor faced the minimum 3 batters in that 4th inning, helped out by the caught stealing Velvis Andrews and striking out Josh Hamilton. It's a 1-2 count. 2 strikeouts for Bell, no walks. 2 hits allowed, both singles. Breaking pitch just missed off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Unable to find it there momentarily. Young was walking back to first base. Full count. We saw him go early in this game, taking off on a 3-2 pitch.
And you're going to probably see him go with 1 out even. Definitely. Washington all that aggressive base running. runs well enough to be able to go here in this count.
Let's throw it first, and Jack diving back in. Young takes off the 3-2, hit in the air down the left field line. Long run for Vernon Wells. Into the corner, Boone will make the catch for round number 2. Young back to first base. That'll bring up Mitch Moreland.
Well, Vernon had to go a long way to make that play, but it was hit high enough that he could make that adjustment and make the play.
Moreland's 1 for 2. 2 RBIs single in the third inning. That was the last batter that Tyler Chatwood faced. One ball, no strikes. Mentioned when Trevor came in, his longest outing this year, 4 innings. That was that May 4th game at Fenway Park. Picked up the win. Gave up 4 hits in that one, struck out 3. For a total of 56 pitches in that W. One ball, one strike. He had a total of 25 innings in the big leagues this year prior to this 2 2/3 so far. 13 strikeouts and 10 walks. Good off-speed pitch. It's 1-2.
Yeah, he sold that changeup very well. 91-mile-an-hour fastball to pitch before, and a real good changeup at 83.
Long look in for Trevor. Young over at first base. Moreland asking for time. Tomorrow night, C.J. Wilson will be going for Texas. Irvin Santana for the Angels. Jared Weaver and Colby Lewis Thursday night. Moreland pops this one on the third base side, and it will land in the seats. So count remains at 1-2. The Angels, as we mentioned last night, as much as you would love to have seen and still could see a 3 out of 4 scenario. The sweep no longer possible with the loss last night, but hoping for at least 2 so that you leave this series, take on the Baltimore Orioles here on Friday night, 4 back, which is what you started this series in. It's supposed to let it get out of hand, and that's the last thing that you want, having this series blow up on you.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that. You have 6 more games after this series with the Rangers, and of course the Rangers have 7 games with the Boston Red Sox. But you have to take care of your own business here in this series here. Plenty of time to come back in this game. That's why it's important for Trevor Bell to make some quality pitches.
Two-two pitch. Moreland fouls it back. And more times than not, when you get a bullpen game, things slow down. The tempo, the pace of the game kind of slows to a snail's pace. We saw it last night at 3 hours and 5 minutes. A lot of pitching changes, a lot of arms coming in, a lot of warm-up time. Derek Holland certainly not letting him affect him. He had a 1-2-3 inning last time. So that pitch is down low. And a full count now on Moreland with 2 outs. Young will be off with the pitch.
Well, that's one thing we've said a number of times already today, a full count.
This will be the 8th pitch to Moreland. Young takes off. 3-2 is pulled on the right side of base hit. Young on his way to third. He'll be stopped there as Torrey gets the baseball back into the infield. The Rangers have runners at first and third with 2 outs. Rurvi Torrealba coming up. Second hit for Moreland, his 5th for the first 2 games. And Texas already with 11 hits tonight with 2 outs here in the 5th. They had 14 last night. Rangers 3 for 7 with men in scoring position tonight. Torrealba for 2, strikeout and a double play ball. It's the first batter that Bell faced in the 3rd inning. Breaking pitch is for a strike. Just missed. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Torrealba was the guy that was pretty much the guy coming out of spring training for Ron Washington behind the plate. Mike Napoli spelling him not only behind the plate, also helping out at first base. Roles have reversed a little bit. Torrealba doing a nice job with the stick as he lines this one back up the middle. It's an RBI base hit, making it 6-1. Torrealba with his 29th run batted in. Back-to-back 2-out hits for Texas.
Torrealba has been really swinging the bat well this entire month. See that approach, hitting that ball right back up the middle. Anytime you see a batter hitting the ball back up the middle, it tells you you're staying back on the baseball and not trying to pull off on pitches. Hitting over 400, as a matter of fact, in the month of August. Coming into the game 406, 408 coming into the game. So he's been hitting the ball very well, and that type of swing tells you why he's been hitting the ball so well.
Here's Andy Chavez, the center fielder. Single and a strikeout. A 1-for-2 night. Trevor falls behind here. It's 1-0. Chavez now hitting .322 on the year. Will forever be known for that incredible catch as a member of the New York Mets in the playoffs against the St. Louis Cardinals. 2 balls and no strikes.
Did Molina hit that ball, the catcher?
Yep, Yadier.
That was an unbelievable play.
Two-0. Check swing foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's either Chavez or Gentry getting the playing time in center field now for Texas. You're not going to lose much in either one as far as speed is concerned. Chavez fouls this one back. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
David Murphy is spelling all 3 outfielders, giving them some rest here and there. Pretty good guy to be able to come off the bench for you as your 4th outfielder.
David got the start yesterday. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chavez goes down swinging, but Texas tacks on a run on 3 hits. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Angels trail it 6-1. Holland, the left-hander, with a couple of strikeouts, no walks. 5 hits allowed as he delivers a strike. Sat the Angels down in order in the 4th inning. The strikeout of Torrey Hunter. Jumbo saw 1 pitch in his 2nd inning at bat, hit a fly ball to right.
Mark being tested right here. It is 4 for his last 26. Trying to get back that swing, that power stroke.
One, 2 count. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We like the fact that as a young left-hander, certainly not afraid to rush that fastball in on right-handed hitters.
He's pretty confident that he can get that fastball in against any right-handed batter.
Chopper to the right side. Moreland has it. 1 out. Introducing Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. You can log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Angels games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, as well as live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on FoxSportsWest.com. Vernon Wells at the plate. Vernon grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 2nd. 0 for 1. And since that Peter Borges infield base hit, Holland misses upstairs. The left-handers retired the next 4 consecutive batters. That was the inning in which the Angels got a run, but ran themselves out of the frame. The 1-0. Vernon lifting this one out to left field. Josh Hamilton moving over. 2 outs. Nobody on base for Howie Kendrick as he steps to the plate. Howie had that leadoff base hit in the 3rd inning. So a 1-for-1 game. Came around to score the only Angels run.
See if that can get Howie going. In the game, a 306 hitter against left-handed pitching and a good approach. His first at bat.
Takes a fastball for a strike. Said that a number of times tonight. Fastball for a strike leading off the AB. Getting ahead. That is pulled down the left field line, headed toward the corner. Hamilton to play the carom. Howie was on board with a 2-out double.
Off-speed pitch. Howie did a nice job of getting his hands through that baseball. Quiet approach. He'll get his hands through, not opening up too quick. Right down the left field line for a double. And Howie 26 doubles.
Howie now in scoring position, but 2 outs here in this 5th inning. Ibar had a double himself in the 3rd. His 24th of the year. The breaking ball falls in there for a strike. Holland has thrown first pitch strikes to 12 of the first 17 batters he's faced. 0-1. Ibar fouls it back. 0-2. The Angels getting action in the bullpen. Horatio Ramirez is up now. Trevor Bell has gone 3 innings. Ibar strikes out, swinging. The Angels leave a man in scoring position. 5 complete here at the Big A. And Texas still on top 6-1.
fouls a ball straight back. My partner, Victor Rojas, trying to protect Buck Rogers. Look at that ability to be able to reach up and still move the other way with his body. It's an outstanding effort by there, my partner.
Yeah.
Trying to knock that ball down, protect a great manager in Buck Rogers, and of course myself.
You know why? And I'll explain it to you. See this little clip right here? This little clip right here is on the back. When we have guests, you notice how I could stand up now.
Yes.
No clip, I could stand up. With a clip,
I like the effort. The effort was there.
That moving away part, that was the cord pulling me back.
And by the way, that was brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
And why wouldn't it be?
The effort by you.
I look like I've been drinking a couple of those Coors Lights. Here's the 1-1. Kinsler bounces it over to third. Callasco has it. Kinsler is retired for the first out here in the 6th inning. 0-for-4 game for Kinsler. I'll bring up Elvis Andrews. Look like I got a horse collar.
Well, we were hoping that Norm was able to make the play, but he got out of the way himself.
And Dean, even as vertically challenged as he may be, got about an inch and a half of vertical leap. I've been able to come up with it. Andrews fouls that off to the right. It's no balls and a strike. You imagine how envious our stage manager Dean Benson must be when he goes and covers basketball games and how high those guys can jump. Here's the 0-1. Fastball on the corner, 0-2. Foul back. Trevor Bell. This is his 4th inning of relief. He has 3 strikeouts. No walks. Giving up 4 hits. 1 run. Ground ball to short. Ibar has it off his shoulder. The ball kind of ate him up. Andrews will stop at first. So man on with 1 away, and Josh Hamilton coming up.
Now it's time for Coors Light. Cold hard blast. Josh Hamilton. Double first at bat. This at bat drives the ball out to left center field for his 15th home run of the season. 2nd extra base hit of the ball game at that point. And the Coors Light cold hard blast.
Hamilton 2 for 3. Double in the home run. Struck out his last time up against Trevor. One ball, no strikes. Andrews is getting credit for a base hit, it appears. 2nd hit of the game. Trevor paying close attention to him. The Angels guessed right as far as the pickoff was concerned in the 4th inning. Or I should say pitch out. They threw him out trying to steal second base. Hamilton grounding one past a diving Howie Kendrick into right. Andrews on his way to third. He falls down. Torrey now getting the baseball back in. Kind of hesitated. Did not throw the baseball until he saw Andrews fall down for the 2nd time tonight. If Torrey comes up firing, you have a chance for the 2nd out.
Especially when he was just getting around the base. Well hit baseball by Josh Hamilton again now with a double home run and a single in the game. It was the 2nd time tonight fell going around that base at second base. That's why you always got to follow through on the play, just in case something like that will happen.
2nd time tonight that Andrews has slipped rounding second base. 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Here's Michael Young. Breaking pitch, tapped foul. Young 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Hamilton with a pretty decent lead at first base. Young hits one out to center. Coming in is Borges. Andrews is tagging. The throw from Peter is not in time. 7-1 Texas. Sac fly for Michael Young. Picks up his 3rd RBI of the game. He's got 85 on the year.
Really good job by Peter Borges to make that a close play. Had his momentum going in. A good throw, accurate throw to the plate. Hernandez is too quick. And he's got a very accurate arm. Always puts himself in a good position to be successful, whether he's at the plate or on the bases or in the outfield.
Nelson Cruz at the plate. Hamilton still at first. 2 outs. Breaking ball is down low. 60th pitch of the night for Trevor Bell. One-0. Cruz shoots one into right field. Torrey giving chase, and he will make the catch. That will end the inning. Texas gets a run on a couple of hits, leaves a man on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels trailing at 7-1. Nationwide and more on the way. Take a step forward and chase what matters. By Chrysler. Visit us at Chrysler.com or see your local dealer today. And by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels down by the score of 7-1. Halos setting up 9-1-2. Mathis, Borges, and Callaspo. First pitch, a strike. Jeff Mathis 0 for 1, a strikeout victim. Was back in the 3rd inning. Oh and 2. Fastball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holland has thrown 63 pitches, 3 punch outs, no walks, 6 hits allowed. Dan Herron, I think, got away from that one. Rolled into the dugout or the camera well.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Fouled off to the right. Still a 1-2 count.
Derek Holland has a pretty good pace on the mound, that's for sure.
Pretty good move. Mathis takes a called strike 3. There's out number 1. Now that Jeff's done with the AB, Dan settled back in. Joel Pinheiro getting to start Saturday against the Orioles.
Well, we know Dan Hare can field his position well. He also can get out of the way of a foul ball, too.
Back to the top of the order with Peter Borges at the plate, 2 for 2. So the fastball a little bit high. A couple of singles for Borges. Also picked up an RBI. 26th of the year. One 0 pitch. Breaking ball is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chopper towards second. Kinsler has it. 2 outs. Kids, the Halos take on the Orioles on Sunday. That's a 12:35 start. Kids will receive a Vernon Wells messenger bag courtesy of OC Parks while supplies last. Be sure to purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on to angels.com. 2 outs and nobody on as Alberto Callaspo comes to the plate. A 4-game series against Texas. 3 against Baltimore, an off day on Monday, 2 against the Chicago White Sox. And the Angels head to Texas, 3-game series beginning a week from this Friday. White Sox, by the way, we mentioned they were tied at 7. That game was in the bottom of the 9th. Now the bottom of the 11th, still tied at 7 at U.S. Cellular Field. Indians and the Sox.
Right back in the race. Nice job. They're starting to swing the bat much better again.
This one rolled to the left side. Michael Young has it. Derek Holland has retired the side in order for the second time tonight. 6 in the books. Texas in control, 7-1. Could use some sugar right now.
Plenty there.
Trevor Bell back out. 4 innings of work so far, missing down low to Mike Napoli. Napoli, Moreland, and Torrealba. 2 runs on the ledger of Trevor Bell in his 4 innings. Napoli fouls it back to the right. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Trevor's done a nice job soaking up some innings. Chopper toward the middle, Ibar to his left. Napoli is the first out here in the 7th. Fans, on Saturday, the hit Christian band Mercy Me will continue the post-game summer concert series presented by SRS Labs in association with Budweiser. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com/concerts. Standing in the sun, I can only imagine. Trevor Bell is now done after 4 1/3. Just a nice round of applause from the Angels faithful. We've got a pitching change here. The 7th with Texas on top 7-1. Seventh inning. Horatio Ramirez comes on in relief of Trevor Bell. Went 4 1/3. Nice job by Trevor. Gave up 2 runs in those 4 1/3. 3 strikeouts. 6 hits allowed. Tyler Chatwood went 2 innings. Faced 5 batters in the 3rd inning. Gave up 5 runs on 8 hits. No walks for Trevor Bell. You'd like to see that. Had some deep counts, but kept things in check.
Also threw some pretty good breaking pitches, too. Spotted his fastball well.
Horatio recalled today before the game. 5 games with the Halos this year. This being his 6th.
Tyler Chatwin is 2+ innings, 68 pitches. Trevor Bell in his 4 1/3, 64 pitches.
Moreland's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, couple of runs batted in. He's got 40 RBIs on the year. Bounces this one to Howie. 2 outs. Here comes Yorvit Torrealba.
Number 8, designated hitter, Yorvit Torrealba.
Torrealba had an RBI single in the 5th inning. 1 for 3 game. Base hit that he collected, the first of the series. Now 1 for 7. Pardon me, 1 for 6 in this series. RBI is 29. Now the 2 youngsters have struggled against Texas. Garrett Richards lasting 19 pitches with the injury to his right groin. Tyler Chatwood struggling through his 2+ innings tonight. Tomorrow, Irvin Santana will take the baseball. He opposed by C.J. Wilson. Ibar has it. Torrealba will have an infield single with 2 outs here in the 7th.
When Urban Santana, he has been throwing the ball so well of late. Every time he takes the mound, you think something could be special happening. That fastball, 93, 94, up to 96 miles an hour with very good movement. His changeup has been very good. His slider, very good. And he's even mixed in some pretty good curveballs against left-handed batters. Whether they need a solid outing out of Urban.
Chavez takes down low. Andy Chavez 1 for 3 with a base hit in the second inning. He struck out the last 2 times up. Urban going tomorrow. Jay Weaver going on Thursday. A couple of must wins for the Angels.
Absolutely. The right guy is going on the hill for you, though. And Urban and then Jared after that.
1-2.
Talked to Weaver today. He threw another little light bullpen session. His bullpen yesterday wasn't real happy with his release point. Worked some things out with Mike Butcher today down in the bullpen. Felt really good after that.
Chavez just got a piece of that one as he threw the bat at it. Halos in the bottom of the 7th inning have 3, 4, and 5 due up. Abreu, Hunter, and Trumbo. Chavez hits a high chopper to second. Howie Lane back on it. Chavez with good speed almost legs it out. Kendrick retires him for the 3rd out. We hit to the bottom of the 7th. Texas on top 7-1.
A or a S or a G on his hat, you saw a little bit of that halo and you knew there's an angel.
Buck Rogers throwing out the ceremonial first pitch tonight on his birthday of all nights. Kind enough to join us in the booth.
He's pretty funny.
Oh, great guy, great stories.
Oh, he's awesome.
That'd be a lot of fun to see. Got one grandson at Esperanza, the other one Loyola Marymount.
Esperanza, a real good baseball program there.
Runs in the family. Bobby Abreu, Torrey Hunter, Mark Trumbo here in the 7th. Halos down by 6. Abreu 0 for 2, a double play ball in the first, a ground out to short. The 4th takes a strike. Holland with 4 strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits allowed.
Only 73 pitches thrown here into the 7th inning.
Bobby pulling this one to the right side. Moreland with the dive, but Kinsler's there. Feeds Holland. It's an infield base hit. Bobby getting down the line. The Angels get their leadoff man on.
Tell you what, Ian Kinsler made a nice play on that ball. It was a good throw. But Derek Holland was hesitant as far as stepping on the base initially as he tried to catch the baseball and find the base. But that's a good play by Kinsler. Go a long way, and a perfect accurate throw to first base, leading the pitcher going towards the base. Probably just getting his foot on the base before Derek Holland did.
Not an easy play for any second baseman. Going against your body as Torrey Hunter steps in now. Looks at a fastball for a strike. Scott Feldman's up and loosening. Torrey 1 for 2. The base hit and a strikeout. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holland's only thrown 76 pitches so far. 52 strikes. Lays off the breaking pitch. That's Fernando Rodney. He's getting loose in the pen. Whoa. In tight 3-1.
Still pretty good velocity on the fastball. We talked about Derek Holland and his ability to pitch inside the right-handed batters. He's not afraid to go in there. He's going in there with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and that one at 95.
Three balls and a strike with Mark Trumbo on deck. Torrey lining on the short. Nice pick by Elvis Andrus. Feeds to Kinsler, and Ian can't get the ball out of the glove. So they get the lead runner and Bobby Abreu for the first out. Nice play by Andrews.
That had a chance to be an amazing play. The flip, the Kinsler over the base, the ball, and the transfer slipped out of his hand as he tried to make the throw at first. He had a pretty good chance of getting him.
Agreed.
I think Kinsler was surprised that Andrews was ever able to make that play. And we've seen Andrews made a couple outstanding plays tonight. Seems to be the routine plays he has troubles with.
Yep. 23 errors on the year. He's made 2 spectacular plays tonight. There's Mark Trumbo. Swinging first pitch, fouls it off to the right. Trumbo's hit a fly ball to right and grounded out to first. So he's 0 for 2. The 0-1 pitch. It's the off-speed pitch for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Well, Hollins didn't look like from that spot slow down his arm and deliver that off-speed pitch. He's got such an effective fastball, but it still as a hitter, that's what you're trying to gear up for.
Trumbo goes down swinging for round number 2. So 2 outs and 1 on. Here comes Vernon Wells.
Slider. Actually, the pitch before was a changeup. Again, his ability to pitch inside allows him to be able to throw, whether it's a changeup or slider or curveball, and be effective with that pitch because you can't look out over the plate against him.
1-0 count on Wells is 0 for 2. Double play ball and a fly ball to left. Halos tonight have had their leadoff man reach 4 of the 7 innings. One of those leadoff men scored. That was Howie Kendrick back in the 3rd, representing the only run for the Angels.
And still, you think of the momentum shift when Mitch Moreland was able to pick up that low throw and throw across the 3rd base to get Eric Ibar as he tried to go from 2nd to 3rd.
Jose Tolentino with the catch. The Spanish TV booth. Nice play. Two balls and a strike on Wells. Third at first. Torrey's back. Gorman hits one out toward left field, chasing Josh Hamilton back. Still going back, and he will make the catch at the wall to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on, 7 complete, 7-1 Texas.
Tyler Chatwood had a tough time falling behind on a number of counts. You cannot do that against this Ranger lineup. Didn't do real well. 5 earned runs in his 2+ innings. Derek Holland, again, has been outstanding in 7 innings pitches, 1 earned run. Mel Ramirez did a nice job coming in out of the bullpen, giving some innings to Mike Scioscia. There's 2 earned runs and 5 innings pitched out of the bullpen for those two. Who just got up here today, recalled, and he made a decision to bring them back up.
Fernando Rodney comes into the ball game here in the 8th. The Angels down 7-1. 33rd game for Rodney. Facing the top of the order, Kinsler, Andrews, and Hamilton. First pitch is in for a strike. Kinsler tonight 0 for 4. 3 ground ball outs. Did reach on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. One ball, 1 strike. Kinsler went around on the pitch. It's 1-2. Fastball running in.
Well, he was guessing something out over the plate. Fernando Rodney ran that fastball in on his hands at 94.
Hit over to second base is Howie Kendrick has it. Kessler's retired for the 5th time tonight. Fans, the Angels take on the Chicago White Sox next Tuesday. That's a 7:05 start. Fans in attendance will receive a Rally Monkey Chia Pet while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. How's that song go?
Oh, no.
What do you mean, no?
I don't know. I don't remember it.
Thought a man of your years would have seen the Chia Pet commercial once or twice. Andrews takes the fastball in tight for ball 1.
It's like Buck Rogers. I just turned 39 myself just the other day.
Andrews is 2 for 3, a couple of singles, fielder's choice, and a walk. He's scored twice. Off speed pitch, the changeup missing up and in. Fastball is in for a strike. 2-1. Rodney last pitched on Sunday, went 1/3 of an inning, gave up a run. The winning runs, he walked 2 guys in the 10th inning, the 5-4 loss to Toronto. 2-1 pitch. Andrews takes that pitch way inside. That's 3 balls and a strike. Missing down low, and that's a 1-out walk.
20th walk on the season for Fernando Rodney. 26 in the 3rd innings pitched.
Here's Josh Hamilton with 1 out, 1 on. Hamilton in a 3-hit game, singled, double, and a home run. Struck out. Triple shy of the cycle. Pulls this one over to second. Kendrick feeds Ibar for 1. Has trouble getting out of it. Getting the baseball out of his glove. And still retires Hamilton. Inning-ending double play. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Texas still on top, 7-1.
He's everywhere.
Miniature version. 7-1 Texas here in the bottom of the 8th inning. School hasn't started yet.
Not yet. No. Close.
Milk every last moment.
Yeah, the kids love to hear that.
School right around the corner.
Oh, yes.
Did you pick up all your back to school stuff?
Yes.
Howie Kendrick to lead things off here against Derek Holland. Bottom third of the order. Kendrick, Ibar, Mathis. A couple of new outfielders for Texas behind Derek Holland. Josh Hamilton no longer in the game. Craig Gentry takes his spot in the lineup. He's in center. Andy Chavez moves over from center to left. As Kendrick fouls it back. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Howie, a 2-hit game with a single and a double. He's also scored the only run. Strikes out swinging to start this 8th inning. Strikeout number 6. Derek Holland. Fans, take the Angels with you this season by subscribing to MLB.tv today to see every Angels game live or on demand over the next 6 weeks. You can do that on your computer as well as your favorite devices. Visit Angels.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. All Texas in this one. Started in the first inning as Ibar takes outside. 2 runs for Texas in the first against Chatwood. 3 runs in the third. Make it 5-0. The Angels got a run in the 3rd inning. Making it 5-1. But then Texas with solo runs in the 5th and 6th innings.
Holland continues to pump that fastball, and he got Howie to swing in a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That one at 94.
Breaking ball down low. A 2-ball, 1-strike count.
I remember a couple years ago, there's a pretty good rumor going around that Derek Holland and a number of Ranger prospects was going to go up to Toronto for Roy Halladay at that point, and Nolan Ryan was hesitant. He didn't want to trade away Derek Holland. He thought he had a bright future and great stuff. See why. He's excited about him, and 4 shutouts on the season already, and you're in with 2 outs in the 8th inning, throwing the ball exceptionally well with only 93 pitches thrown.
Yeah, you look at this Angels offense and the way things have gone, especially of late. You have certain windows of opportunity to capitalize against a guy such as Derek Holland, or any starter for that point, but a guy with this kind of stuff. You have those opportunities. They come to you on occasion. And when they do come to you, you better take advantage of it. And the 3rd inning was that opportunity for the Angels, down 5-0 at that point, but completely running themselves out of an inning. And that basically killed any momentum that the Angels had at the moment and or would have created going into deeper in the ballgame.
Especially with Eric Ibar would have been on second, Peter Borges on first with 1 out, all kinds of speed.
Mathis pulling one down the line, backhanded by Michael Young. 1 hops a throw over to Moreland. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Derek Holland. 8 in the books, 7-1 Texas. plate as well as defensively. 3 hits and a sacrifice fly. 3 runs batted in for Young as his season, which has been very, very good, continues to get better. Young getting the job done for Texas. They've racked out 15 hits against the Angels. Michael will lead things off here in the 9th inning. But Texas on top by the score of 7-1. It'll be Young, Cruz, and Napoli facing Fernando Rodney. Faced a minimum 3 in the 8th inning after a 1-out walk got Hamilton to ground into an inning-ending double play. Fastball is on the corner for a strike. Diving stop by Alberto Callaspo, gets up, and Young is retired for the first out. Nice play by Alberto. First down here in the 9th brings up Nelson Cruz.
Hey, Callaspo's made some nice plays of late. He went through a tough stretch and he wasn't in position to make plays at third base, but lately good range to the glove sides, been very aggressive as far as coming in on the baseball also. Makes that play, gets up and able to throw at Michael Young.
Rodney delivers a fastball that is up and away. Cruz 1 for 3. Single, walk, a couple of fly ball outs. Rodney missing inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Halos in the 9th inning. At the top of the order coming up. Looks like Derek Holland coming back out. 4 complete games in his career, looking for his 5th. This one bounced over to third. Callaspo has it. 2 outs. I mentioned the starters for tomorrow. C.J. Wilson going for Texas, the left-hander.
Number 25.
Off a very good start against Oakland, going up against Irvin Santana tomorrow for the Angels.
C.J. Wilson 1-0 against the Angels this year in 12 innings pitched. Good ERA at 2.25.
There's the matchup for the next couple of days. Colby Lewis going on Thursday against Jared Weaver. No balls, 2 strikes. Halos on the verge of finding themselves 6 back in the American League West. 2 must-wins coming up tomorrow and Thursday. Napoli, go around? No. Fielding Colbert. He'll be the man behind the plate tomorrow night. This one out toward right field. Torrey will play it on a hop. 2-out base hit for Napoli. Second hit of the game. Keeps the inning alive for Mitch Moreland, the first baseman. Moreland's had a couple of hits, a couple of runs batted in, 2 for 4 overall. Lost tonight. The Angels have lost 4 consecutive. Their August record falling to 6-8. Rodney overthrowing a fastball. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Texas, on the other hand, will run its August record to 10-4 with a victory here tonight. And the Angels just an even 500 within the West. with this loss, if there is a loss to be had here tonight.
Swimming's been a tough time for the Angels up in Oakland.
Texas, on the other hand, 25-12 within the division. Moreland takes inside, 2-1. Change-up pulled underneath the glove of Trumbull into right. Napoli advances to second. He'll stop there. So back-to-back hits for Texas here with 2 outs. Moreland, his second consecutive 3-hit game. 6 of his hits have been singles.
Texas now with 17 hits. Last night, 14 hits.
Brings up your Torrealba, 2 for 4 game for the DH. 1 ball, no strikes. 24 pitches thrown by Fernando Rodney, inning in 2/3, 13 strikes, 11 balls. Still trying to find the mechanics that have eluded him for the better part of the season. I want to talk things over with Jeff Mathis. Fernando having spent time on the disabled list as well with the back strain. Fritz Thompson loosening. Fritz pitched last night. I'm sure Mike would prefer that Rodney finally get this last out so as to not have to go back into the bullpen. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Just missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Fernando Rodney looking into Ted Barrett, thinking he had a strike. Not a bad pitch, but
no, a pretty good pitch at 97.
Foul back to the right. Napoli at second. Moreland over at first. This one fouled back to the screen. $43,711. Watch the Angels fall behind early. Unable to come back the first 8 innings. Rodney misses with the changeup, and it's a full count, so the runners will be off the pitch. Andy Chavez on deck as Torrealba fouls it off to the right.
Texas with 7 hits out of their 6, 7, and 8 hitters in their lineup. good balance throughout for this team. But the reason why they're getting their hits and getting good swings is because a number of the times tonight behind in the count, whether it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 even, a number of times early in the ball game.
He walked him, and they're loaded up. So after getting 2 ground ball outs, Rodney's giving up singles to Napoli and Moreland. Now the walk. They're loaded up for Andy Chavez.
Number 9, left fielder, Andy Chavez.
Chavez is 1 for 4. Base hit back in the second. Changeup is in for a strike. Seven runs, 17 hits, 8 left on for Texas. A run, 7 hits, 2 left on for the Angels. Certainly doesn't help matters with the snail's pace that Fernando's working in. Chavez is swinging a miss, and it's 0-2.
You often talked about the pace of a pitcher, and if you work real slow, then all of a sudden you don't get those plays made behind you by the defense because they're sitting back on their heels. But if you're a guy that works quickly and throws strikes, they're going to make those plays. They're going to have that energy, to focus to be able to make a play behind you.
0-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes, and another conversation with Jeff Mathis. 34 pitches now thrown by Fernando. He's inning in 2/3. And we've seen at times the frustration in Fernando, whether it's coming into the game or being taken out of a game. But until you are capable of being consistent with all of your pitches, those type of situations are going to remain, where you're not pitching in crucial situations. Instead, you're relegated to a role such as this.
When your club struggles to score runs, you're going to be in a lot of close ball games. You cannot afford to come out of the bullpen and walk the leadoff hitter or fall behind in the count.
Now, the Angels saw a lot of that last year. A lot of walks out of that bullpen. Chavez strikes out swinging. The inning comes to an end. An eventful one as Rodney loads them up but leaves them stranded. We hit the bottom of the 9th. Halos down 7-1. Brave. 6 punch outs for Holland. No walks. 1 run on 7 hits.
He's got 5 career complete games. They're all shutouts. And when you look up there with this 0 walks and 6 punch-outs in the game so far in 8 innings. Again, it's not many pitches thrown. Just at 96 pitches thrown here into the 9th inning.
Peter Borges 2 for 3. Couple of singles and a ground out. Looks at a fastball away. Holland looking for his 11th win of the season tonight. Tyler Chatwood, pitcher of record for the Angels. Score holds, he will drop to 6-9. Two balls and a strike. And a 2-1 pitch. Borges takes a slow curveball. Evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, getting back to that 3rd inning when Derek Holland started getting away from his release point. An opportunity to come back in the game. Borges with that infield hit. A run across. He allowed 2 hits and then in the next 5 innings for him.
Two. Borges strikes out swinging on the off-speed pitch, and there's out number 1.
Number 6, third baseman, Alberto Castro.
Pretty good slider down and in. He threw a slow curveball in that sequence. He threw a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And you talk about tempo, he's had a great tempo and rhythm throughout the entire game, not wasting a whole lot of time.
1 ball, no strikes on Alberto Callaspo, 0 for 3. Fielder's choice, a pop to short and a ground ball to third. Two balls and no strikes. Three of them. Abreu on deck. Torrey Hunter to follow if we get that far. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. 3-1. They walked him. The Angels get a base runner here. Walk is 1 out of the night. Mike Maddox is coming out.
Number 53, designated copy of Purdue.
Vitaly Fillet is playing catch in the bullpen. That's their closer.
Seems a little odd for him to be up in this spot.
Just looks like he's just playing catch. But you're right, from a getting work standpoint, doesn't make much sense. Bobby Abreu at the plate, a 1 for 3 night. Had an infield hit in the 7th. Moreland playing behind Callaspo with a 6-run lead here tonight. Bobby, it's a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So they're still playing in Chicago. 13th inning, the bottom of the 13th. Cleveland and the White Sox tied at 7. Just past midnight there. How do you think Hawk and the Stone Pony are doing?
Yeah, I'm sure they're pretty excited about being in the 13th inning for sure.
One pitch. Bobby fouls it back. 1-2. The only other game in the American League that's still ongoing. It's up in Seattle. Toronto 13. Seattle 7. That game in the 8th.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way Toronto swung the bats up there at Rogers Center against the Angels, those guys go up there swinging hard. Their outs were even loud.
One-two. Brave. It's a little nubber. Napoli has it. Thought about firing to second, but had no play. So Bray, who's down number 2 at first, as Castro advances into scoring position. So the Halos down to the last out here tonight. Torrey Hunter is the guy coming to the plate. Torrey with a 1-for-3 game. Torrey will look at a strike. Tough go for the second consecutive night for the Angels starter. Richards with the injury last night. Tyler Chatwood just unable to locate. A lot of balls out of the strike zone. Falling behind on a lot of hitters. And Texas took advantage. Second straight night in which they've scored in the first inning. Tonight it was 2 runs in the first. 3 in the third to build a 5-0 lead and never look back. Torrey lines into the alley in left center field. It's a base hit. Chavez over to try to cut it off. Does so. Torrey will stop at first with an RBI single. It's 7-2.
Continues to swing the bat well. This time a fastball up. Right through that baseball with that swing on the fastball that was elevated. Also line drive up the middle for a base hit. That an RBI. Base hit in the left center field.
Trumbo swinging first pitch, fouls one off to the right. Gets no balls in his strike. Mark tonight 0 for 3. The fly ball out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Foul back. 0-2 now. Torrey with the RBI, giving him 59 on the season. He takes off, and that pitch is inside. Defensive indifference allowing Torrey to advance to second. Texas not holding him on, not caring about his run. Here comes the 1-2. Jumbo bouncing over to third. Michael Young can't handle it. Down the line. That will score a run. Trumbo is on his way to second. And he is in there, standing up. Albeit a very close play. It's 7-3 Texas. Ron Washington's coming out, and that's going to be it for Derek Holland. We've got ourselves a pitching change. In the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs, the Angels have scored twice. With Vernon Wells coming to the plate, it looks like it will be Neftali Feliz coming on to finish this ball game off, or at least attempt to do so. We've got ourselves a pitching change here in the 9th inning. 7-3 Texas leading it. Angels getting 2 runs so far here in the 9th inning with 2 outs. So Holland unable to get the complete game, cannot lose the game. But a nice job by him, an 8 2/3, striking out 7, walking 1, and giving up 9 hits. He's responsible for Trumbo at second. But it is a somewhat rather curious move by Ron Washington to go to his closer here, Neftali Feliz, to finish this game off.
It's a non-saves situation, and a lot of times when a closer's put it in these spots, they struggle. And obviously, want to come back, you want to force the pitch count up so he's not as effective if he has to come in the game tomorrow night.
Vernon Wells stepping to the plate with a man in scoring position at 2 outs. Vernon's 0 for 3. Double play out. Double play ball, I should say. 2 fly ball outs. First pitch on its way. Fastball is down low for ball 1. Feliz is the guy that, as we have been told, been relying an awful lot on his fastball and just sticking with that for the most part. That is until last week when Benji Molina was in Texas receiving his championship ring. And he had a conversation with Feliz, as well as fouls this one back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Molina had to sit down with him, said, you know what, you've got to start throwing more breaking pitches. And since that point on, it's only been a couple of games, he has done so. So why hasn't Benji Molina been on the payroll?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you think about it, because he does have a very good slider and a very good split finger fastball too.
One pitch. Popped up. Left side of the infield, Elvis Andrews is coming on. And Texas takes game 2 by the final of 7-3.
It came down to the fact is falling behind in the count, allowing Texas to score those earlier runs, and Derek Holland has pitched outstanding baseball. Did give up 2 runs in the 9th inning and failed to complete the ball game. But overall, 17 hits by the offense. Derek Holland dealing. Bottom line is you have to be aggressive. You have to throw strikes against this lineup that Texas features each and every game.
Well, the Halos now 6 games back in the American League West. They'll have Irvin Santana on the mound facing C.J. Wilson tomorrow night. We'll discuss more of this ball game as Angels Live with Bill McDonald, Jose Mota, as well as Tim Salmon is coming up next.